This video is going to be about how to win build fights. I'm going to go over my thought process and tips and tricks along the way. Before I get into the first clip, I should probably mention that when you're playing build fights, there's kind of multiple ways to play it. And I'll put some diagrams up on screen to illustrate. Yeah, so if your only goal is to win the build fight, you don't care how toxic it is, you don't care how boring it is, all you want to do is win, then all you want to do is just crank height and then look down and spray. That's really it. That's all you need to do. There's a little more nuance to it, but I'm not really going to go over that strategy because I don't use that strategy. It's pretty boring to me. The strategy I use is piece control everywhere. Try and predict where the opponent is going, and that's the strategy I'm going to be going over. So let's get into the first clip. Okay, so the reason why my start here was so weird is because before this, he was coning me off spawn, so I didn't want to get coned. So I get these ramps over him, and notice how I make this wall and the window edit. Look how safe I'm being. Everything is behind a triple right hand peak. I don't even know what that is, but I just did it. Whereas most people would just do this stair ramp and then drop directly onto them. That would be a 50-50, and we don't like 50-50s here. I switched the edit. Look, he's staring at where this edit used to be, but now there's a giant hole here. Always be unpredictable. Always, always, always. Come on now. Boom, 102. Now, since he's low, I'm kind of more okay with taking this 50-50 fight and fully boxing him. That's why I go for this play. And yeah, he doesn't even get a hit out. Quick disclaimer, I know in my previous video, some of you guys that weren't able to perform some of the mechanically challenging parts, remember that you can play some of my more challenging builds with more simplified version. For example, instead of doing a double edit, you could do a single edit. Just remember, you can do these little optimizations and simplifications to make your life easier. Good luck. So here's my actual start. I do 3 90s. I put a stair, cone, wall, and then I do another 90. And usually I get height that way. The reason I go for height is it's way easier than applying pressure from low ground, because chopping people out is, some people see it as toxic. I really don't. Like if your structure's on one build, I'm knocking it down. That's on you. But chopping is kind of risky because they could always just drop down, like edit down and shoot you, and that happens to me a lot. I'm not really good at chopping. I know some other people are, and see if that happens. Ooh, look at this movement here. So he you can't see it, but he gets the floor and cone above me, and I instantly flip this ramp. He's literally looking at me right now, but you can't see it, and sprint jump out the side. And that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people give up when they get full piece, but a lot of times with really good movement and precise builds, you can get out of a lot of bad situations. And even if you get full box, you can always just like shoot your gun, shoot the wall, you know? You'll see examples of that later. Just a couple side jumps. Ooh, wait, let's go back. Okay, so I see him edit this cone like this. So I know he's going out this way. He's probably gonna jump up because like my cone's here, so he's gonna have to jump up to go up towards height. So what I do is I take a pre-fire, but he does not expect me. Since I'm on my ramp, he doesn't expect me to be able to piece control this box. However, I do this maneuver so smoothly. I flip the ramp, edit a window, and edit this cone like this. This is a great way to catch your opponents off guard, like doing piece control after flipping your ramp. Because no one expects the ramp flip. Not one person. And then I kind of closed it out with a bad peek. Another thing I could do is pre-box this left side, edit through, and then place the final wall to like trap him in, and then edit that, make a window, and shoot him. But I was just really feeling this clip when I hit the shot, so. As you can see, I don't really abuse my gun because it's just kind of cringe, especially against worse opponents. I don't know, if it's you in this position and you just want to win the build fight, you're spraying this guy all day, all night, like no question. But I just fire a couple bullets. Usually the best ways to spray someone is, I found, is when they do a floor cone. Because you know I mean, they could side jump out, but a lot of times if they do stair floor cone, they're going to double edit through, and the cone's going to be weak, so you can just spray right through it, and usually you'll get a tag. That's a really great way to spray. Keep messing with my jump, and he actually full boxes me. However, look at my movement here. I don't just stand here and emote because I got pre-box and I'm 3 HP and I'm dead. I go to the back of the cone. This way, like, it's a very hard shot to hit because he does his jump wrong. He misses, the wall is weak, I pull out my AR. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you get full box, the fight is not over. It's not even close to over. I take his wall, edit window, Mongol classic, and what do y'all think is gonna happen next? I max pump him? My shotgun isn't loaded. Oh, let's rewatch that. No! Tragedy. Actually tragic. Okay, yeah, this is another really important thing. So, if you're on someone's wall, let's say you're on a ramp like me, a lot of times they'll try and full piece you from this position. What I always do, I almost never go for the floor and cone above. And the reason why is because that's usually the first thing that people go for when they try and box you. I always try to go for this wall, and I'd say 99% of the time, I'm quicker to get it, even if they have lower ping than me. Just keep that in mind. This next clip, spray him out. That's what you guys should do too if your guy is building on nothing. I don't get any tags, unfortunately. Notice how he's on one stair again, so I'm gonna just keep spraying. Ooh, look at this tracking. Look at this track. So I know he's up top. I haven't heard him drop yet. The second I break this, I'm looking straight up and I see a glimpse of him here. And I notice he's routing to his left side. My gun is out. I'm ready to shoot him in the face. 110, full piece. And the reason why I chose this clip specifically is to showcase this edit. Watch how I take this fight. Let's play that back. Not only do I decide against this bad edit, which, by the way, the plan was to, if y'all don't know this glitch, you can make this edit, walk to the very edge, reset it, and it drops you down right next to him. But I make this edit that I see Martaz do, which is use this like railing as a right hand peek. I jump, it's a free shot. This guy is so lost. Another alternative thing that you could do, there's actually two things really. You can edit this side and he thinks you're running out the box, so you edit the wall or the ramp and then you shoot him in the face. I feel like that one's okay, but if they're just staring at you with their pump, you get owned. I feel like the most foolproof way, edit out your right side, reset it, make it a window, and then shoot him through it. I feel like that's pretty foolproof. Like I was saying earlier, when people do this floor cone, this ramp is, I think it's 2-shot. Yeah, I end up 2-shotting it and it just breaks insta. That's a really good way to spam and get free damage. If I just stood up here and sprayed, I'd get free damage, but I'm just trying to go for piece control because it's more fun for me personally. I'm not even gonna lie. It's not the optimal play, but you know, it's a video game. Come on, I'm allowed to have fun, right? Okay, take note of something. So he did just leave the box, but let's pretend for a second that he didn't. In my previous video, I talk about how I abuse better players by just sitting on my wall with my edit out. And they come down on a cone with their pickaxe out. I edit and then max pump them. This completely avoids that, right? I placed the floor, and what I would usually do if this guy doesn't edit out is I'd edit, make myself a box diagonal to him, re-edit this wall, and take that right hand fight. But instead, he gets out, so I crank for height, piece controlling, all the little possible ways he could go along the way. I actually didn't mean to do this, but it ends up being the best play because he gets stuck for whatever reason. And yeah, if you're behind on damage and you have height, I feel like you can kind of cash out on that by either A, jumping down on some really weird angle, or B, just spraying. I feel like those are the way you can cash out on your height advantage. In this position, I get him under my ramp like the previous example. And again, I have those three options. I can edit this to be a right hand peek and then jump. I can edit the side, edit this, peek, or I can go around and edit a window. However, in this situation, he does have the floor and he reacts quickly enough to the point where he gets away. But yeah, he's trying to take this low ground peek, and I end up getting the floor. However, one thing I want to point out is this edit that I do. I edit not only the square closest to me, but the one diagonal to that square. What this does is it makes a smaller window for them to jump up through and allows you to like slowly clear this with a right hand peek all the way. That's just an edit that I think is more optimal than the traditional like just single square. And I see almost virtually no one doing it. Now, however, he does get like a really nice shot off. However, like hitting a max pump from this angle is so hard. It's such a hard shot. And that's why I don't get owned here. And I ended up killing him. So I hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Click those funny buttons. I want to thank everyone for all the support on my last video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you found it useful. Have a good day. You put your right foot